What are the odds that an innocuous Instagram follow could lead to a heart-wrenching mystery? Imagine being a 26-year-old, scrolling through your social media and coming across a friend request from a name you haven't heard in years. This was the case for Lauren Hugelmaier, who received a seemingly harmless follow from Matt Phelps, a former middle school classmate. Not thinking much of it, she accepted his request, sparking an interaction that would later take a deeply tragic turn. Matt Phelps was an old acquaintance, a name from the past, but not someone she was particularly close with. Yet that didn't stop him from reaching out to her after all these years. What started as a simple Instagram follow blossomed into something more. As Matt dived deeper into Lauren's posts, he found himself captivated, liking each one, his interest in her growing with each passing day. Their connection was one of shared interests and nostalgia. A mutual love for Harry Potter, Star Wars, and all things geeky was discovered. Their relationship, nurtured by daily texts and phone calls, started to take shape. It was an unlikely bond born from an unexpected Instagram follow, and it seemed to be a promising start to a newfound friendship, or perhaps even something more. But this is not a story of love found on social media. It's not about reconnecting with old friends or discovering shared passions. This is a tale of how a seemingly harmless connection turned into a chilling enigma. A story that starts with an innocent follow would soon spiral into a mystery that would leave friends, family, and the entire community grappling for answers. The bond that was formed between Lauren Hugelmaier and Matt Phelps, a bond that seemed so ordinary, so harmless, was about to take a dark and unexpected turn. And so, a bond was formed, a relationship that would lead to a chilling mystery. Love can be a powerful force, but can it also be a dangerous one? In the digital age, love stories often begin in the most unexpected of places. For Lauren Hugelmaier and Matt Phelps, it was the virtual world of Instagram where their paths crossed once more. As they exchanged messages and likes, they rekindled a friendship that had lain dormant since their middle school days. Lauren, with her vivacious spirit and infectious laughter, captivated Matt. He found himself scrolling through her posts late into the night, each picture revealing a new facet of her life that drew him in deeper. A shared love for Harry Potter, Star Wars, and a plethora of other geeky fascinations formed a bond between them. Their conversations flowed easily, filled with laughter and shared dreams, and just like that, a friendship blossomed into something more, something profound: love. The connection between them was palpable. Their shared interest became the cornerstone of their relationship, a foundation that seemed unshakable. They were not just lovers, but best friends. They spent countless hours discussing their favorite characters, debating plot lines, and even attending fan conventions together. Their love for each other seemed to mirror their love for these fictional worlds, both filled with passion, excitement, and a sense of belonging. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. The couple became inseparable, their lives intricately woven together, like the threads of a well-loved storybook. Their relationship was a testament to the power of love, a beacon of hope that illuminated their lives. To outsiders, they seemed like the perfect couple, their love story akin to the fairy tales they often read about. But as with any story, there's always more than meets the eye. Beneath the surface of their seemingly perfect relationship, a storm was brewing. A storm that no one, not even the couple themselves, could see coming. But as their love story unfolded, nobody could predict the tragic turn it was about to take. What happens when a normal night turns into a night of horror? On that fateful night, everything seemed as ordinary as it could be. Lauren Hugelmaier and Matt Phelps, the couple who bonded over their shared love for the fantastical worlds of Harry Potter and Star Wars, settled down for what they believed would be just another peaceful evening. But as the night wore on, the unthinkable happened. Sometime in the early hours of the morning, a chilling 911 call was made. The voice on the other end of the line was none other than Matt Phelps himself. He claimed that he'd woken up to find Lauren stabbed and lifeless. He was frantic, stating that he didn't know what had happened. He said he thought he'd had a dream, insinuating that he had taken too much cold medicine and blacked out. The 911 operator, trained to remain calm in the face of distressing situations, tried to gather more information. Matt's voice echoed through the line, heavy with panic. He said he was afraid of what he might have done, but couldn't remember anything. When the police arrived on the scene, they found a horrifying sight. Lauren had been brutally attacked. The home they shared, once filled with laughter and shared dreams, had turned into a crime scene. As the morning sun rose, casting an eerie light on the gruesome scene, the reality of what had happened began to set in. This was not a random act of violence. The evidence pointed to something far more sinister. In the following days, as investigators pieced together the events of that night, a dreadful picture emerged. The man who had reached out to Lauren, the man who shared her geeky interests, the man who had professed his love for her, was now the prime suspect in her murder. In a chilling twist, the man who professed to love Lauren now stood accused of her murder. When love turns deadly, what secrets does it leave behind? The investigation into Lauren Hugelmaier's tragic demise was as complex as it was heartbreaking. The local police, proficient in their duties, were immediately at the scene. As they combed through the evidence, a chilling narrative began to unfold, one that pointed towards a familiar face. From the start, Matt Phelps, the man who had once been a distant schoolmate, now an intimate companion, was the focus of the investigation. His sudden reconnection with Lauren, their whirlwind courtship, and his presence at the scene of the crime all painted a grim picture. But in the world of crime investigation, nothing is as straightforward as it seems. The police collected countless pieces of evidence from the crime scene. Forensic experts worked tirelessly, analyzing fingerprints, bloodstains, and every microscopic clue that could help piece together the puzzle of Lauren's untimely demise. The digital footprint was just as vital. The police pored over the online interactions between Lauren and Matt, tracing their digital history back to that unexpected Instagram request. The messages, the comments, the shared posts, all were scrutinized with an eagle eye, searching for any hint of animosity or signs of premeditated harm. The investigation also extended to the people in Lauren and Matt's lives. Friends, family, acquaintances, anyone who could shed light on their relationship was meticulously interviewed. The objective was clear: to uncover the truth behind the facade, to reveal the real Matt Phelps. The suspicions around Matt grew as the investigation progressed. His stories didn't add up, his alibi was shaky, and his demeanor raised eyebrows. It was as if he was a man caught in a web of his own lies, desperately trying to wriggle free. The investigation was a painstaking process, a race against time. Every piece of evidence, every testimony brought the police one step closer to the truth. But the truth, as they say, is often stranger than fiction. With Matt now the prime suspect, the quest for justice for Lauren was just beginning. In a courtroom, the truth has a way of coming out, but will it bring justice? This was the question on everyone's mind as the trial for Lauren Hugelmaier's murder began. The courtroom was filled with tension, a palpable mix of anticipation and dread. The prosecution presented a solid case detailing the sequence of events on the fateful night. They meticulously gathered evidence, connecting the dots to paint a chilling picture of a calculated murder. The defense, on the other hand, argued that Matt Phelps was under the influence of a heavy dose of cough syrup at the time of the incident, that it was a tragic accident, not a premeditated crime. Witnesses were called, testimonies were given, and the evidence was weighed. The jury listened intently, their faces etched with the gravity of their task. The defense's argument was compelling, but was it enough to create a reasonable doubt? As the trial progressed, the defense's argument began to unravel. The prosecution presented phone records showing that Matt had been awake and active hours before the incident, contradicting his claim of a cough syrup-induced haze. The decisive blow came when the medical examiner testified, stating that Lauren's injuries were consistent with a deliberate violent attack, not an accidental encounter. The jury deliberated for hours, wrestling with the weight of their decision. And then, the moment everyone had been waiting for, the verdict. Guilty, the foreperson announced as a wave of relief swept through the courtroom. Matt Phelps was convicted of first-degree murder, a verdict that carried a life sentence without the possibility of parole. In the end, justice was served, but for Lauren's loved ones, the pain of her loss remains. The verdict brought closure, but it couldn't erase the tragic loss of a vibrant, loving woman whose life was cut short by a man she once trusted. The trial and verdict of Lauren Hugelmaier's case serve as a stark reminder of the darkness that can lurk behind the most unexpected faces.